Hello, this is Irina from La La Land Crafts. I'm back today with day 7 of our 12 days of tutorials event. If you're just now joining us, make sure to comment on all of the previous videos and subscribe to our YouTube channel to be entered into the giveaway for one of the 3 $50 gift certificates to our online store. We're going to make another gold and white card today, but surprise, surprise, this time it's not Christmas card, but the card that can be used for other occasions. I have all of my layers and all of my die cuts pre-done, and I'm going to put the links to all of the products and dimensions for all of the layers in the video description. If you're on the mobile device, there's a little arrow like next to on the right side next to the title of the video. If you click on that, it will expand and it will show you all of the information. If you are on the computer, make sure to click on show more in the video description, and then you'll see the list of all of the products with the links and all of the measurements. I'm going to repeat a few techniques that we've done before on the other projects. On the main panel, I'm going to emboss with the stencils. I'm using different stencil set today, the one we haven't used yet. And this one is called Pretty Diamonds. It comes as a set of 2 like this. This is the design I chose for this card. And also the one other thing that I'm doing differently right now, I added a piece of the chipboard between my layers as a shim, just to make sure that I get even more of the impression. For this design, it seemed like I needed a little bit more of the push. Have my A, B plate and the rubber mat. My cardstock goes on top, covering with the stencil, and my second B plate. Making sure everything lines up. And I'm going to run it through once and then come back. And this is the design that I got. Isn't this beautiful? I just want to show you really quick. With the second stencil, this is the design you would get. So you can see the difference here. So you have so many options, and of course you can use them as they're intended, as stencils to stencil paints or inks or paste, and you can mix and match these designs. They layer over each other to create a very nice and intricate design. You can probably kind of see how they would layer. So now I'm going to put this layer onto a layer of the same white cardstock that's cut to 1/8 of an inch larger on all sides. So actually, yeah, it's 1/8 of an inch instead of doing the frame, because I didn't want to break this design, but this still gives me another layer here. And then onto the gold cardstock. And this gold cardstock available in our online store. You'll find the link in the video description. While I'm here, I'm going to put together my inside layers as well. On this one, I did go ahead and went around with my 1/8 of an inch on the scoring board to create the frame. I've done that already. And you've seen me do it for the last 6-7 days, so now you already know how to do that. So this goes here, and I'm going to go ahead and put it inside of my card. I'm going to have it opened up like this. It really doesn't matter right now, since it's just a square and has nothing on it. Now back to the front panel. I have 2 of these shapes die cut, one from gold, one from white cardstock, and this is nested frames. I'm going to, for this design, I want them to show on each side of my project, but it's not wide enough. So I'm going to cut them in half. I'm just folding this right now so I have the mark where to cut. And it doesn't have to be exact on the center because it will be covered. Now I'm going to layer them together, white and gold. And this is how they're going to go onto my card. I'm going to have the panel here in the center to cover it, so this will give an impression of the larger shape. I'm going to trim the corners on each shape a little bit here to make sure they don't poke out, they don't show through my design once I put the panel on. Yep. Now I can go ahead and attach this to each side. And I'm going to leave some of my design showing, of my embossed design there. And for my front panel, this is the panel that's called Deco Panel. And as you can see, it's very intricate. It has a lot of detail. For it to stand out on my card, I'm going to glue it onto the white cardstock. Now before putting this onto the card, I have a strip of the chipboard cut, and this is to put right here in the center to make sure this level is even, to make sure that my pretty panel displays nicely and doesn't sink in the center. Now before I put my panel on, there's one more embellishment or the die cut that I'm going to add. This die is called cameo frames, and it actually comes as a set of two. It comes as a large shape like this and with the smaller label. I'm going to cut this shape in half as well to accommodate my design, and I'm going to glue it on each side. To follow the design of my other shapes. Just another detail to dress it up. This card comes together and it really is a gorgeous design. All of the elements work together so nicely. Okay, so now my front panel can go on. My Deco panel goes right here. The next I'm going to pull the stitched hearts, and I have one die cut from gold and one die cut from white. I'm going to layer them together first. And I'm going to pull my smaller heart a little higher, so it's not really centered, it's just a little bit higher. And then I'm going to use foam tape and put this heart onto the card with foam tape. I'm going to put it towards the top, like this. Then my next element is this folding banners die. It's cut as one piece and it has embossed lines on each side. This comes as a set of 2 and this is the largest die from that set. I'm folding to the back first on the first lines, and then on the second lines I'm folding towards me, and this gives you a banner with the flags that pops up like this. Now for this card I'm going to put little piece of tape, or 2 pieces, because it curves, so I just like to use 2 instead, and I'm going to make sure that they are not interfering with the fold. And then I'm going to put glue on the back of the flags of the folding parts. Remove the backing from the tape. And now when I put it down, I'm going to hold the flags and glue them on like this. And this still gives me a look of the folded banner here with a lot of dimension. You can of course put a sentiment on here, but today this banner serves as a place for my flamingos to be standing on. These are the Flamingo 1 and Flamingo 2. You can see they're different dies. They actually sold separately, and I die cut them from chipboard and from the gold cardstock, and you can see how our medium weight chipboard cuts so clean with our dies. It just comes out perfect. And you can find the chipboard on our website as well. I'll post the links. I'm gluing my gold flamingos onto the chipboard. I'm not offsetting them, just gluing them on top, and that will give me effect of the popped image or popped die cut without using foam tape. And it also feels so much stronger, more like an embellishment versus just a die cut. Going to arrange my flamingos so they're standing on my banner, and their heads are within the heart, almost forming a heart in itself there with their pretty long curved necks there. And this card can be used for different occasions. As I mentioned, I can see it being used for Valentine's Day or wedding or engagement, birthday, the day we first met, I don't know, for many occasions. And white and gold still works on this card as well. It looks so pretty and so elegant. Now my panel is completed. I'm going to use 3mm foam to put it onto my card base. Just gorgeous. Now my last little piece that I have from the die cuts, I'm going to cut it in half, and I'm going to use it on the inside of the card as little hinges, and you can put them, I think I'm gonna do this, I think that's pretty, but of course you can mix and match. You can do one top and one on the bottom, both on the bottom, both on the top, however you prefer. And then to finish my card off, I'm going to add some adhesive pearls. I have a set with different sizes here, so let me see. I think I like the large one. Now before I put them on, I like adding a dab of glue just to hold them, because sometimes it seems with the time they fall off, and I want to avoid that. And this just brightens the card a little bit more and gives it more of the finished look. And I'm going to add the smaller ones onto my little hinges that I created onto the inside. Now don't leave just yet. We're going to have another sale this time, another surprise another surprise sale for you for all of the products that I used on today's card. The coupon code for this time, we're going to have it Flamingo, and this is for 20% off on all of the products that I used on the card today, including all of the dies, stencils, and cardstock and chipboard. And this sale is good today. Today is December 11th through tomorrow, December 12th. I hope you like it. I hope you got more ideas for your white and gold card if you are becoming as obsessed with white and gold as I am. And I'll see you tomorrow for our day 8. Bye for now. Much love.